The Doctor on Triple J.
Max Laverne, hello.
Yeah, here I am.
Oh, yes, you are. Now, the powers that be tried. They tried to stop us to broadcast this A to Z of shit music, but we're too strong for them.
They did not win, unlike the Clash song.
That's exactly right. We fought the A to Z of shit music, and we won. Now, what is it today? Usher, U2, Under Oath, Renzel Rom, Iwickleback.
Iwickleback. They almost made the cut, but not quite, I'm afraid. No. In fact, we're taking a look at someone who Kid Rock is responsible. Kid Rock has done plenty of terrible things in his lifetime. He wore a baseball cap to his wedding to Pamela Anderson. He made the punk rock, and he mixed it with the hip-hop.
I make hard rock, and I mix it with the hip-hop.
But even if he'd done both of those things at the same time, they only would have been sort of as bad as his other terrible thing, Uncle Kracker.
Follow me, everything is alright. I'll be the one to tuck you in at night. And if you want to leave, I can guarantee you won't find nobody else like me.
Yep, that's Uncle Kracker, who exists at all because the cool thing to do if you played new metal in the year 2000 was to get yourself a protege. Korn made Limp Bizkit, who made Puddle of Mud. And by the way, the movie of that story is out now. It's called The Human Centipede. And Kid Rock made Uncle Kracker. As we've just heard, his song was called Follow Me. It's a ballad, but it's also a little bit like a revolution because it proves that you don't need drop D-tuned guitars to be creepy and kind of sexist.
If you want to leave, I can guarantee you won't find nobody else like me. You're better off if you don't ask why. I'm not the reason that you go astray, and we'll be alright if you don't ask me to stay.
All right then, Mr. Commitment Phobia. So anyway, that song was 100% the most boring thing ever, but in retrospect, it did do one incredible thing.
You don't know how you met me, you don't know why you can't turn around and say goodbye.
That remind you of anything, Doctor? How about a little movie I like to call Inception? Look, I'm not saying Uncle Kracker financed his recording career as a consultant writer to Christopher Nolan while he was working on Inception, but it sure is a coincidence. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that song's from Uncle Kracker's debut album, Double Wide, which was produced and co-written by Kid Rock. You're probably thinking that didn't sound all that redneck for a song co-written by Kid Rock. But what you're not taking into consideration is the fact it was directly followed by a song called Steak and Shrimp.
We in this Great Lakes steak, eating steaks and shrimp. That's kind of hard to miss the crew because we all got lips.
Ah, yes, steaks and shrimp. It's kind of hard to miss the crew because they all got limps. Look, clearly Uncle Kracker's rhyming skills and flow are second to none. As they say in Italy, bellissimo. So it's a shame he didn't stick with new metal. His second album, No Stranger to Shame, contained minimal rhymes and zero scratching. Instead, it had things like this.
There's no scratching there.
There's no scratching. It's the smooth country sound of Letter to My Daughters, an ode Uncle Kracker wrote to his two young daughters, Skylar and Madison Blue, to explain to them why their daddy wasn't at home very much. So, yeah, that's pretty sweet. I wonder how Uncle Kracker explained life's bittersweet necessities to his children.
Daddy's at work now, he's trying to pay bills. Egos and assholes are part of my deal. I make some money and I have some fun. The tax man, he cometh, and I'm back to square one.
Petulant rage and profanities. Well played, sir.
Take care and I love you, your rock and roll dad.
Can I just say, I bet he popped a boner after he wrote that line. You're a rock and roll dad.
No, I'm a rock and roll dad.
That album went gold in America with the help of country music superstar Kenny Chesney. And if that name rings a bell, it's because Kenny Chesney was the man who was married to Renee Zellweger for 4 months before she annulled the marriage, citing fraud as the reason. Why it was a fraud remains a mystery, but maybe we can find a clue in this sexy, sexy man duet.
When the sun goes down, we'll be grooving when the sun goes down. We'll be feeling alright when the sun sinks down. Over the water, everything gets hotter when the sun goes down.
Makes me want to annul my marriage to Renee Zellweger too. Poor Uncle Kracker went through a bit of a rough patch after that, but it didn't really sell too many albums. But he's back now, and the great news is he had an album last year, Happy Hour, and next year it's got a sequel called Cigarettes and One Night Stands. And Uncle Kracker says, I quote, they're like night and day.
What's that, sorry?
So there's new material on the horizon. Can we get this in the Triple J Music News? Thanks.
You make me smile like the sun, fall out of bed, sing like a
Max Laverne, thank you.